So by now, I'm sure everyone has seen the story of the 14-year-old boy who saw his mother being attacked and shot and killed a man in Cook County. And it prompted me to think about a lot of things, because so often people are like, oh, nobody better say nothing about my mama. Nobody better say nothing about my mama. You know what I'm saying? Nobody better ever disrespect my mom, yada, yada, yada. But those same folks, I feel like a lot of people who throughout their life have probably used that same sentiment, was judging this mother and this son for what happened to this abusive, violent man. And it really made, and what the question that it prompted that I really want to talk about is whether or not it's ever okay to celebrate someone's death. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, women in particular, were celebrating the death of the man who was punching the mother. Personally, I wasn't celebrating, but I'm not judging people who were. I'm definitely not judging people who were, because I feel like at the end of the day, what did you want this 14-year-old boy to do? Like, this man is using his full force to punch this woman in the face several times. No one's doing anything. It's a 14-year-old. It's a 14-year-old. He's trying to do whatever he can to protect his mother. And, you know, now folks are saying they might be in danger in Cook County. It's so much behind that, because at the end of the day, so many people lied. They lied to the cops. They lied to the cops to say that the mother told the boy to do this. They lied to the cops and said that the woman was the aggressor. Everyone involved that was there stood around while this man punched the ever-living crap out of this woman. And then decided to turn around and lie on this woman's name, and her and her child ended up in jail. In jail with charges against them. And if this video of what actually happened was never released, the prosecution was like, that's the reason why, that was a huge reason for why the charge got dropped. And it's just like, it's so heartbreaking that this little 14-year-old felt the need to do what he did. But at the same time, who else was gonna do it? Who else was gonna do it? He was there with a bunch of adults and no one was doing anything about his mother being attacked. So again, who else was gonna do it? Nobody else was gonna step up. Nobody else was gonna stop what was happening. They were just gonna let it happen. They were literally just gonna let it happen. And then people wanna get on Twitter and say this, that, and the third. But not only were those people gonna let this man be violent and punch this woman square in the face several times, but then they turned around and lied on her and her son. Like, they said she went and she told him to go in the car and get the gun, go in the car, get the gun, yada, yada, yada. Like, she was basically telling, this woman was not telling her 14-year-old to do anything but go in the car. She was trying to protect him. She was trying to protect her son. And the people privy to this incident turned around and blamed her and got both of them charged. Like, it's all very disgusting. And I'm so happy. Like, people complain all the time about, everyone was recording. And there is something to be said about the state of surveillance that we are living in today's society. But there are some occasions where I am so grateful that everyone has access to camera phones, because this is just truly disgusting. I say all that to say, like, people were upset on the internet because they felt like, why would people celebrate this? Why would this mother make her son do that? All of which is, she did not make her son do anything. Her son chose to take it upon himself to do it because the adults around him were doing nothing while his mother was being assaulted or whatever. And the outcome was what the outcome was or whatever. But my thing is, I feel like people have an inappropriate relationship with death. I think people think death should be the eraser for all bad behavior, and I just don't agree. I don't agree. I don't think that just because you die, that means the living has to pretend like you were some saint while you were living. Like, no, you weren't shit. You probably are harassing people to this day in hell. And that's just what it is. Like, I hate going to funerals for people who aren't shit, and then everybody gets up and try to act like they were a completely different person. Like, yeah, fine. If you want to go to somebody's funeral and talk about their good traits, that's your prerogative. But don't make up good traits. Don't make up shit. Bye as fuck. I don't feel bad for this gentleman. If his family is in mourning, sorrows, prayers, sorrows, all that. But, you know, something had to happen. Am I going to execute somebody? No. Some white woman was trying to equivalent people celebrating, people not caring or celebrating that the billionaires died on that submarine to like state violence, and that's not the same thing, or the death penalty. And it's not the same thing, babes. It's not the same. You know, it's so many examples of like really not so great people dying, and everyone being like, but why are you happy? Why are you happy that this horrible person died? Like, how could you possibly be happy? Like, that is so improper. Like, girl, I don't give a fuck about being proper. This person, while they were living, made other people's lives miserable. So yeah, people get to celebrate. People get to celebrate that their bruisers are dead. People get to celebrate that Kevin Samuels, who spent the little time he had as an influential mind berating black people and demeaning black women. If people want to celebrate that, they can celebrate it. That's their prerogative. Like, you're mad because somebody's celebrating that Jerry Springer is dead when he got his clout off the back of marginalized groups. Like, be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real. Please. It's giving quite unserious. That's what it's giving. Quite unserious. Like, y'all are going to be upset when people celebrate the fact that R. Kelly's dead. When R. Kelly dies, y'all are going to be mad that people are celebrating the fact that R. Kelly's dead. And it's going to be really strange. It's going to be really weird. Because, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Why not celebrate someone who was Val passing away? Like, truly. Y'all gonna all act shocked when people are celebrating the fact that Bill Cosby is dead. Because I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to be one of them. I'm not going to lie. When R. Kelly and Bill Cosby died, I might throw a party at this motherfucking point. Moral of the story, if you don't want people celebrating your death, don't be a piece of shit during life. That's my whole story. My whole point. If you don't want people celebrating the death of your friend, your da-da-da, or da-da, don't choose piece of shit people to uplift. And you wouldn't be upset that people are celebrating their death. That's my whole point. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, wash your hands, wash your face, wear a mask, wash your ass, and don't be a piece of shit and people won't celebrate you dying. Bye.